My people, as it is hot, it don't happen. No, hey, tomorrow is October 1st, and you know, say tomorrow now we dey do nationwide rally for Peter Obi, which is 1 million march for all the states for Nigeria. And we are not doing this because of NSAS. We are doing it because of Peter Obi, and this movement is nowhere related to NSAS. We are doing it because of bad government. We are doing it because we are tired of being hungry, and we are tired of we're tired of bad leaders, and we are tired of ASUU strike. We want to go to school. That's why we are doing this rally nationwide, and we want to create awareness of Peter Obi, because we know Peter Obi will save us from all these problems that Nigeria is facing now. And please don't vote because it's my brother. Don't vote because it's my sister. Don't vote because it's a Yoruba man. Don't vote because it's an Igbo man. Don't vote because it's an Hausa man. Vote your conscience. Vote credibility. Vote because the man can deliver us from where we are and take us to where we are wishing to be. Please watch this video. It will educate us concerning the 1 million march tomorrow, especially those in Lagos. Let them see this video. Comment, share, let this video go viral. Make una watch this man acting as he deliberates on the obedience movement and why we dey support Peter Obi. Please watch this video.
We want an era of good leadership. Obviously, if you hear a lot of the messaging that's coming out of the obedient camp, many who have not really paid attention to politics for the first time are really excited as young people, and obviously everyday Nigerians. So looking forward to 2023. This rally is just to again energize the base, making sure we make inroads across various communities. The rally in Ikeja, the one in Festac, the one in Lekki, as well as the one in Surulere being managed by the party. It's just again give people an environment where they can come in, bond, network, equally part of the grassroots mobilization where we capture data, again identify stakeholders that would support the election activities in the coming months ahead. Part of the rally is there's going to be messaging. There will be mobile trucks where as we go through communities here in Etiosa, in Ikeja, in Surulere, we have the ability to interact, again using the optics of the campaign train. And equally, you'll find that from the PVC drive we've done for many months, beginning late 2021, you could see the surge in number of registered voters. Many will say you can't attribute it to the obedient camp or to Labour Party, but if you take a poll, looking at some of the polls that just emerged the last 48 to 72 hours, you can see that the candidate of our party, Labour Party, basically tops every other individual by 70%. And that shows you that there's a rude awakening among young Nigerians, many of them first-time voters, and even people that just really found the process apathetic. The voting apathy in Nigeria was at its highest, but going into 2023, for the first time in recent history, you're seeing a lot of people say, I want to participate. You're seeing people throw up their resources to fund a candidate, fund a movement. And I will say this to you, 99% of the organization and funding behind the rally is being done by ordinary Nigerians that are not even affiliated to the party.
So you took me to my next question.
Sure.
Being part of this rally or being part of the movement on social media and on the ground, does that mean that you have to be a member of the Labour Party?
Not really, but I think you're seeing a lot of people taking interest and saying, to govern, you have to first go through the political route. You need that vehicle. And I think it's exciting to see what's happening with the Labour Party coming off the shelf as a party that never truly was considered a player in the political landscape to becoming top 3, probably you can even call them top 2, by virtue of the energy from the obedient camp. Back to the question you asked, I think a lot of people are saying, I would join the party because I understand the party's, the process of joining the party is how you can, again, have the platform to run for office. And I think with the obedient movement, a lot of people who've never really found politics appealing for the first time are saying, I think I ought to give it a try. And the candidate is someone that is charismatic. He is, again, exudes everything that has to do with competence, and he's inspiring. That's the word I'm looking for, because many young people have found politics in Nigeria to be, the same old. It's like pouring old wine into a new bottle, new labels, parties merge, the same people from pre-Civil War, post-Civil War, still being active. How do we get a new crop of politicians that would come in? People who've built businesses, people who've run business empires, people who've worked in corporate sectors coming in and saying, we want to serve. Politics is not a retirement home, but in Nigeria you find people going from LG chairman to governor to Senate to House of Reps, trying to then occupy the highest office in the land, and was saying Nigeria needs a new brain box. We don't need more politicians. And Peter Obi-Datti, brain box, makes us excited.
But when you talk about same old, he's also of the crop of politicians that you're talking about. So really, can you separate him from that class of politicians? He's been the running mate for the presidential candidate of the PDP. He's been in government for a long time. So really, can you separate the man from those people that you're calling the old crop
Yes,
of
we
politicians?
can. And I think for a lot of obedience, when we hear these questions, we equally just stand up and laugh, because then again, you would equally make the argument that he has no administrative or executive experience. The man took himself out of the private sector, was not a political party member, was not part of the establishment, basically went in, developed himself, ran for governor, virgin, first time candidate, won on a small party, 2 terms, even survived 2 impeachments, being opposition in his own state to his own state House of Assembly, coming out of that and then again saying, I'm going to go into national politics. But then again, at the party which he belonged to was a regional party, so obviously to have the spread, 774 local governments, 9,086 wards, you have to join a big party. He joined the PDP, and I think you can say from his track record, the impeccable character he's exuded, the clean record he has, not even having any kind of corruption cases, ICPC, EFCC, name it. So for many of us, we're saying this is the crop of politicians we want in Nigeria. You cannot get into elected office without being in politics or being part of a political party. You can say yes, he comes from the political establishment, but he is a departure from the typical politician in Nigeria.
You helped me answer my question. He is, of course, part of the establishment.
Yes.
But, it's just the narrative that you use, trying to make him saintly. He's part of the establishment and that's it. But that's not what we're here for. So
Okay,
let's talk about
Sure.
let's talk about the rally. So, of course, the court had at some point ordered that, you can't use the toll gate. Why was the toll gate part of the conversation in the first instance?
Well, I think there was a poor attempt to mischaracterize the obedient camp as agitators or elements that were up to no good. And I think whoever put that suit together was just frivolous. Our legal system should not be bogged down with such petty cases. I would say that. So to the parties that chose to go that route, you could see that again, the legal system sided with the obedient camp, with the Labour Party, saying we do have the right to freedom of movement, freedom of association, and freedom of choice to assemble wherever we choose to assemble. Now, the impression that the toll gate was going to be the muster point to converge people was never communicated. I don't know where that got picked up from, and I'm proud the judge again really just sided with us in saying you can move, but then again, understanding some of the concerns, do not converge at the toll gate, and we never planned to in the first place. So we're looking forward to a peaceful rally, well organized, well coordinated. People are excited, printing t-shirts, making banners, all kinds of flyers. As I said earlier, it's a purely volunteer effort where citizens are saying we want to be part of the process. And it's only remarkable that you see a country like Nigeria behaving like the US, the UK, where citizens wake up, take their hard-earned money in a very tough economy, unemployment at over 50%, net worth of the average household down by less than 50%. People still saying, I will spend that little money I have on food with supporting a candidate. We've never seen that in this country. The Obi-Datti, the Labour Party, is enjoying something phenomenal. I am here for this. So yes, we're hoping that the Peter Obi wave, the tsunami coming in 2023, would help push people into federal office, because again, as you understand, if he has to win the highest office of the land, he needs legislators, he needs senators, he needs governors. No, Nigeria is hard enough as it is, and as a Nigerian, you cannot stand tall and say, Nigeria for me is a country that I will leave behind to my generations unborn in the hands of these establishment politicians, especially the APC, who's run this country to the ground the last 7 years. So if I see someone sitting there supporting this party and this government, I'm saying to myself, are we in the same universe?
But I ask this question to everybody, whether they be members of any political party, because This cuts across the whole country. We see a lot of young people who are very energetic, whether they're in support of your party or not. We see that Nigerians seem to be a lot more aware. But then I always ask, can we sustain this energy like the one you pointed to?
Look at the turnout in Jos just yesterday in the Middle Belt. You've never seen that before. And I say this because politics in Nigeria is what we call Ghana must go and Baba Isale politics, where you distribute money, you go rent people to show up. You saw the videos of the supporters in Abuja refusing to go into the bus for the other party's rally. For the Obedient Camp, no. We print t-shirts, we make banners, we're knocking on doors, we're dragging our kids, we're taking our neighbors, our WhatsApp group chats, we're saying to everyone, you must be obedient. This is why you should be obedient. The energy, the excitement is not one that will just dissipate, with a data plan on Twitter, on WhatsApp. Watch for Saturday. Look at the energy in Lagos and then translate that into the turnout on election day. And equally, something I've seen that has been very inspiring, and I use that word, is people are now going in, reading up the Electoral Act amendment and saying, okay, as a voter, what are my rights on election day? How do I even expect the results to be transmitted? You've seen INEC again trying to reassure Nigerians, we're going to transmit results electronically. And people are saying, for once, don't worry about party structure. We will be the structure for you. Although you need voting agents for each of the parties, but we will make sure we exercise our rights to vote. We will canvass, we'll campaign, and we will again see that our civic duties or civic rights are not trampled on. So election day 2023, I hope we can have this conversation.
Finally, before I let you go, after 2023, does it end there? No. Because it looks like we're just more concerned. In 2015, we wanted anybody else other than the sitting president. Could that be the situation right now? And who's going to sustain the momentum after 2023?
So post 2023, something's going to happen in Nigeria. There's going to be a seismic shift with how politics is played out in this country. And I say that because you have a new voting class, a voting class that is not used to monies defining who emerges as the victor. You have a political system that again guarantees that your vote, using the BVAS, it's you voting, it's your fingerprint, it's your biometric data that says it's you casting that vote. The ballot box being scattered, being tossed into the ocean, those days are gone. The results will be transmitted in real time. The collation is airtight. So we're seeing a new politics, a new system that guarantees us a stronger process. We can't wait to vote beyond 2023.
Okay. Well, I want to say thank you. Akin Olaoye is an active citizen and he's one of the co-conveners of the October 1 Mega Rally. Thank you so much for being in the studio.
Thanks
for having me. Wish you all the best of luck.
Sure.
Well, Obedient family, so I don't watch the video. Please let us work in uniform tomorrow. Let us create awareness for Peter Obi. Please let us make this rally a peaceful one as we have been doing it before. Please, Obedient family, please tell 5 person about Peter Obi and let that 5 person tell another 5 person about Peter Obi, and that is how we make our structure stronger than the rest party.